What if instead of measuring our success through our tireless efforts, our relentless pursuit of our goals, we started to measure our success through our happiness and our inner peace and how we truly felt with where we are in our lives? Let's talk about hustle culture. I've seen this all over Instagram. I've seen this from advertisers on YouTube, wherever it might be, and I'm sure that you've seen it as well. And it's kind of this idea that we must constantly be working towards our goals, relentlessly putting so much effort in, driving ourselves up that hill, working towards our goal, and stopping at no end until we get there. And I found this to be particularly popular within the fitness community. I see a lot of people in the fitness community kind of endorsing the idea that rest days are for the weak, that you should push through the pain, that you should just keep going no matter what. And sometimes this will even go at the extent of putting family, friends, relationships, even your own mental health and your own sense of well-being as an entire being on the back burner in order to serve that goal. And I have a real problem with hustle culture, and I want to point that out today because I feel that hustle culture promotes this idea that we can't take any time to just pause, to reassess, to really feel where we're at, to see where we're at a baseline, just to make sure that we're happy, that we're in a place of inner peace, because we're so focused on striving towards working for this goal. And what's the point of it all if we can't even enjoy ourselves in that process? I'm not here to tell you today that action is important, that we should just do away with it altogether. It's actually necessary, right? We need to take action in order to accomplish our goals. And as nice as it might sound, we're not going to get there by sitting on the couch, just sitting there daydreaming and thinking about it. But that being said, I do want to take into account how toxic the notion is that we must just be consistently and constantly working towards our goals day in, day out, and not allowing any room in our lives for anything else. And this may come as a surprise to some of you, but sometimes the not doing is just as important and just as crucial for your success as the actual doing part is. So one of the main reasons that I have a problem with hustle culture is it kind of subconsciously puts out this idea when we're hustling towards something that, oh, okay, well, I'll be happy once I have this, or once I can work towards this goal, once I accomplish this goal, then I'll be happy. Then I'll allow myself to rest. Then I will allow myself to just be. And so what happens is we keep on working towards these goals, and we reach one goal, then the next thing we know, we're setting a new one. And all of a sudden these goals start to compound on themselves, goal after goal, new limit after new limit. And what we finally start to realize is that it's never enough. And that feeling of it never being enough also corresponds to that idea that we somehow have to earn our right to relax, that we have to earn our right to take downtime, that we somehow have to work hard in order to then slow down. When actually the inverse is true. We really need to have a balance of the two of them. Hustle culture is really a trap that puts us in a place of connecting our own worth to our output, to what we're giving to the world. And that's a really dangerous place to be mentally because, as I said, you're gonna constantly feel unfulfilled. It's never gonna be enough. You're never gonna feel worthy and whole on your own because you place your worthiness in attaining that goal. And that notion that we somehow have to be completely depleted at 0%, totally burnt out in order to earn our rest and our stillness is totally messed up, and it actually counteracts and defeats the point of what it's actually trying to work towards, because if we're at 0%, we're really not going to be able to accomplish much of anything. So let's take this for example. Let's say that you're heading out for a road trip and you're ready to go, you have your destination set in mind, and you have a time limit that you want for your destination, and you are set, you are ready, you have that goal of getting to that point B in your time frame, and you will have nothing stand in your way. You will be relentless in your pursuit of attaining that goal. So as you drive along, you start to realize that the car is running low on fuel, but you still keep going, you still keep pushing, you still keep running the course. What's gonna happen? Eventually the car is gonna run out of fuel. And if you had just taken time to a couple miles back, stop at that gas station and fuel yourself up, then you would have been able to finish the trip. But no, you let the car get to empty, and now you're not gonna get to that destination in the time frame that you wanted. And the same thing happens with your goals. If you're constantly burning yourself out, working towards whatever it is that you're working towards. It might be weight loss, it might be something in your career, in your business, whatever it might be. If you are running yourself into the ground, and you're not taking that time to pull it back, to take a rest day, to mentally recharge yourself, you are not going to be able to attain that goal with the same level of success that you would had you just taken that time to chill out in the first place. And let's be real, hustle culture in itself is totally unattainable and unrealistic. I really don't know anyone that can sustain that level of effort and still maintain a sense of balance while doing so. So working towards and having goals is perfectly normal, and it's a really healthy way to stay motivated and disciplined within reason, right? There's a super fine line between having your goals, placing action behind your intention, really showing up for yourself in a healthy way, and then on the flip side of that, getting completely immersed into it and almost obsessive with it to the point that you just burn yourself out. And what then happens is when you're burnt out in that point, you're really not feeling happy anymore working towards that goal. You're still working towards it, but you can't appreciate the journey of getting there fully when you're so burnt out, when you haven't taken that time to just peel it back, dial it back. We all need that sometimes. If you ascribe to the notions of hustle culture, and let's say you're on a weight loss journey or a strength building journey, whatever it might be, then you would ascribe to the notion that you must go to the gym every single day, that you have to be working out all the time, eating healthy every single day, getting X amount of hours of sleep every single day, that you cannot have a cheat meal, no cheat meals allowed, no guilty snacks allowed. That's a whole nother tangent, but there's really no guilt foods, right? It's kind of just the meaning that we assign to the foods, but that's a whole nother topic of discussion. But right, that whole hustle culture mentality of basically just being on 100% of the time. You're gonna wear out so fast. Mentally, you're not going to be able to really stick with it because you're going to be so exhausted from trying to stick to everything, from putting so much pressure on yourself, that you're really not even going to be able to accomplish your goal in the same way that you would if you allow yourself that space to breathe through it, to enjoy that process. I know how it feels to put a lot of pressure on yourself. I know what it feels like to be in hustle culture mindset and to kind of get stuck in that rut of thinking that that's how you have to be in order to achieve success, but I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. Understand that your worth is not determined by how you do or don't show up in the world. You are already worthy, whole, and complete just as you are, and you can allow yourself to feel those positive emotions that you attach to success, to achieving your goal. You can already allow yourself to feel that. You can feel that on your journey and still want to work towards your goal. So my word of advice to you all, don't buy into the hustle culture BS. It's not sustainable. It's really not realistic either. And it's also going to actually prevent you from achieving your goals in the best capacity that's going to serve you and your highest good as an entire being, right? We don't want to look at ourselves as just one aspect of ourselves. If we're trying to lose weight, we don't want to just look at the weight loss. We want to also make sure that we're emotionally and mentally, spiritually feeling balanced and feeling fulfilled on that journey as well. And I think hustle culture kind of has a tendency to fragment those parts of ourselves and to sort of categorize them, especially for entrepreneurs, business people. It totally puts to the side their families, their feelings, their health even sometimes. So step away from that. Start viewing yourself as an entire being. Start doing things that honor you as an entire being. And part of that is allowing yourself to rest and understanding that it's not something that you have to be ashamed of or feel guilty to do. It's a part of your progress. So be patient with yourself, honor your journey, and most importantly, guys, do not fall into that hustle culture trap. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button as well for more content. I have links to everything in the description as well, the podcasts. I have some awesome playlists for you all as well, some other content that you would definitely be interested in checking out. Otherwise, thank you all for watching this video, sending you so much love and light, and I will see you next time.